I'm going to make some bath bombs, and I'm going to make a lavender and rose bath bomb, which is one of my absolute favourites. So the ingredients are very simple. 1 cup of baking soda, half a cup of citric acid, half a cup of Epsom salts, half a cup of cornstarch, and then essential oils of your choice, olive oil, witch hazel, and then optionally you can also add some food dye. So what I've got here is a mixing bowl and a whisk, and first of all I'm going to add all of my dry ingredients. All you have to do is whisk together your dry ingredients, stir until well combined, and then in this bowl here I've got 1 teaspoon of witch hazel, 3 teaspoons of extra virgin olive oil, and a teaspoon of rose garden essential oil, 1 teaspoon of lavender oil, and I'm just going to mix that up. And I do tend to make quite a lot of mess whilst making bath bombs. I'm quite a messy crafter. So one of these silicone mats, if you can find one, they are absolutely great for reducing cleanup time after all the fun has been had. So what I'm going to do, I have here a small plastic pipette and a little spray bottle. This is actually for my watercolouring, but it works very, very well for this. The key with making bath bombs is not to oversaturate your dry ingredients too quickly. So if you have something that can produce a fine mist spray, that's exactly what you want. So we're going to start with this, and what we're going to do, spritz that while whisking. Tiny amount of fizzing here and there is fine, but you don't want to activate your ingredients, because if you do, when you come to putting your bath bomb in your bath, they will not fizz. And you keep adding the wet ingredients to the mix up until you can feel it starting to get a little bit difficult to whisk, and you know it's done when your mixture has reached the consistency of wet sand. And what I mean by that is when you put some in your hand and you squeeze it, it will, for the most part, keep its shape. I've tried a lot of different recipes for making bath bombs, but I found that this particular ratio of these ingredients works the best for me. But it's fun playing around. I have made them using water rather than witch hazel, and with very different ratios of the oil and the essential oils, etc. The dry ingredients are pretty much always the same ratio, but I have also tried them without cornstarch and they didn't work at all. The first ever recipe that I tried was just baking soda, citric acid and Epsom salts without the cornstarch, and the mixture just would not combine properly at all, and I just couldn't understand where I'd gone wrong, so I went and found some other recipes and they all said to use cornstarch. So that's what we want. When you squeeze the mixture, it should stick together like this. So that shows us that our mixture is ready. This step is optional, but I like to add a little bit of colour. So I'm adding the AmeriColor Deep Pink, and this is just food dye. It works extremely well for making bath bombs. You can also add the dye to the wet ingredients at the start of the process. I choose not to do that because I don't really want my spray bottle to get stained. Okay, so In another dish, I'm now going to pour out some of this. And I'm going to use the AmeriColor Violet. So now it's time to pop these in our moulds. I have these fillable Christmas decorations, and you can also use the sort of specific aluminium style bathroom moulds if you like. Pop plenty of mixture in, and then just close these together. So then we're just going to set these aside to dry overnight. Now let's have a look at some that I made yesterday. So here are some bath bombs that I made last night, and you can experiment with different colours and different scents. I've got a selection of vanilla, and then I've got some that are just pure rose and others that are rose and vanilla and sweet orange, bergamot and honey and honey and vanilla. And then with the leftover mixture I had from last night, I just popped them into small heart-shaped silicone molds, and so now I've got a selection of little mini bath bombs too. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, please give it a like, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe. Thanks for watching!